There's been a lot going on in the Clash of Clans universe lately, and there's high speculation that Town Hall 16 will release within the next month. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the best way that you can prepare for Town Hall 16, and this video is going to have advice for literally all types of players. Whether you're a spender or a non-spender, whether you're a player who's not even at Town Hall 15 yet, I'm gonna have tips for everybody. And guys, I guarantee that right now there is not another video on YouTube with preparation advice and math like this one, so you definitely want to stick around for the entire video, not just for this update, but for future updates as well. Now to begin, I know a lot of you are going to ask, but I strongly believe that we are going to get Town Hall 16 in the next month. I don't have any insider information or anything like that, but from the teasers that we got, I think it's fairly obvious that we should be expecting Town Hall 16 for the December update. I'm also really excited for the new pet that we have, and I think it's a really creative way that they've decided to show us that this pet is coming. On top of that, there's going to be a huge offensive change according to this post, so I'm really looking forward to that. Now let's start for the advice that's applicable to all players. The concept is really simple. What you want to do is have as many magic items as possible for the moment that the update drops. This way you can do as much work as possible and really do a lot of upgrades immediately. For all players, this means one thing: stop using your magic items. Unless you would be forced to use a magic item, it is best that you hold it for the update time. Now we don't know exactly what is coming, but delaying your magic item usage isn't going to affect your account that much since you'll still have the magic items, but if you could use it for a better upgrade later on, you might be kicking yourself in the future, so you might as well save those magic items right now. This also applies to the most impactful magic items in the game, the Hammer of Building and the Hammer of Fighting. If you have bought some of these already, don't use them. There's literally no penalty for you to wait, so you might as well just hold them. However, if you have the medals and you haven't bought them yet, you actually want to buy at least one of each right now. That way the 7-day cooldown can begin, so that when you have the medals to buy some more, you can immediately have 2 hammers of building or 2 hammers of fighting, one that you have now and one you can buy immediately later. So I think it's best for you to buy those right now if you have the medals for it. If you don't have excess medals or any medals to spend right now, just keep this rule in mind, because we are going to have CWL in the beginning of December. Usually they don't drop updates in that time from my experience, so I don't think the update will drop at that time, so you'll be able to get your medals and stockpile them for when the update does drop. Now that is the basics behind our prep for all players, but now I'm going to start with the free-to-play players, then talk about the gold pass only players, and then the spenders, and tell you exactly what you should do if you're in those categories. Now free-to-play players might be a little bummed because they can't stack magic items, but finding creative ways to get the most out of everything that you're given is the root of free-to-play, and we've got a few options here. Now if you stop using your magic items, since you can't stack items as a free-to-play player, ideally you have one of each item going into the update. That being said, the only real way for you to get more magic items is through clan games and completing challenges. Clan games is giving us a book of fighting this month, so make sure that you guys save that. On top of this, there might be some additional challenges for Black Friday, Thanksgiving, or even early Christmas challenges, so make sure you guys keep an eye out for those free magic items. To add to this, because of Clash Fest, there is an additional set of magic items that you can get just for watching the finals. Make sure you log in with your Supercell ID on the website, and then make sure that you're watching the actual finals. That'll allow you to get the free magic items, and you'll get a few potions and gems, but the main item is the Book of Heroes. And as far as I know, I can't really confirm this, but Judo did say in his video that these magic items will stack. So if you're a free-to-play player, this is one of the only ways that you can get your magic items to stack, and you might have 2 Books of Heroes when the update drops. Now for the gold class players, you're going to have to keep in mind all of the rules that I just mentioned, but there's going to be a little bit more work for you. Since you get magic items every single month, you need to make sure that you have at least one of each magic item going into December. This includes the potions that you get. You'll want to stack as many of those as you possibly can. Furthermore, the same thing applies to you for Clash Fest. You're going to have access to that Book of Heroes, but it is really important that you get the free Books of Heroes from the gold pass first, and then once you get that that book of heroes, you'll be able to stack another book of heroes on top of that. Now thinking ahead, if you're going to have the gold pass in December as well, you need to get to that 20% reduction as fast as possible, because we don't know when the update is going to drop, but you want those time and cost reductions when it does. You can also secure more magic items from the gold pass and then keep it stored in the gold pass. So when the update drops, you can use the one you have in your storage right now and then use the gold pass ones as well. If you do this, you should be able to maximize the amount of magic items you have, as well as go into the Town Hall 16 update with the maximum amount of reduction possible. Okay, now let's move on to the spenders to see what deals you guys can get to maximize your efficiency. Now first things first, everything that I said in the previous sections also applies to you. You need to make sure that you get all of your free magic items first, because the paid ones will stack, the free ones will not. So make sure you get all of your free magic items before buying more. After you have all of those ready to go, we'll need to look at the deals you're going to get in the shop, as well as which ones are going to be the best for you to buy. We can expect two sets of deals, the Black Friday pack and then an update pack. In my experience, the Black Friday deals are usually some of the best in the game, and because they're already in game, we can see just how valuable they really are. The $5 deal has 2 useful books, which makes each book $2.50 each, and the same can be said about the $10 deal. We have 4 books, so that's $2.50 for each book. Overall, those deals are some of the best values that you're going to see throughout the entire year. So if you're gonna spend your money, this is a good place to do it. Now the $20 deal has 5 different books, which leads to a price of $4 per book. Although this is a good price, it's not as good as the other ones that we talked about, so the cheaper deals are actually a better buy for you. And the $50 deal is just straight up not worth it unless you want to throw just a little bit more money at the game. Now make sure you buy these deals after you get the free magic items from Clash Fest. Now obviously for the update pack, I can't say what the deal is going to be. I don't know what the deal is going to be. But if we take a look at the previous Town Hall update packs that we got, there is one deal that is particularly worth it where you have 4 books. This comes out to around like $13 right now, so I'm not sure exactly how much it would be priced in the US. However, as you guys can probably see, we'll probably either get the same value or even less value for the update packs. So the Black Friday deals are really good, and if you're gonna spend money anywhere in the game, this is a really good place to do it. Okay, so with all of that out of the way, what if you're not Town Hall 15? What if you are not upgrading to Town Hall 16 when the update comes out? And should you even prepare? And if you could, how would you? Well, here's the thing. Whenever a new Town Hall comes out, we are almost always given time reductions immediately for some of the lower Town Hall levels. Since that's the case, you really need to save your magic items even if you're not at Town Hall 15. Imagine you use a hammer or a book on some upgrade right now, that's gonna become a lot shorter in literally just a few weeks. You would be feeling really bad and you're not gonna get the most out of that magic item. The Town Halls that should really be wary of this is Town Hall 13 and Town Hall 14. Those 2 Town Halls are 2 or 3 levels below the new Town Hall level, and that is generally where we see the biggest time reductions for the new updates. Now I have to remind you, we don't know exactly what's going to come in the update. However, usually it's not a problem for you to save those magic items. You might be delaying a few upgrades worst case, but best case, you're going to get really good use out of your magic items. So I definitely think that it's worth it to just wait a little bit longer and to ensure that you get the best value out of those magic items. Now, one thing that every player watching this video right now probably realizes is having more medals can only be a good thing when the update drops. But the problem is most players aren't getting the maximum amount of CWL medals they could be every single month. And if you're worried that that's you, then you need to watch this video right here so that you can ensure you get the most medals and have the most power when this update drops.